3, 2, 1, and 2.
That's fresh, Leo, that's fresh.
Oh, definitely. It was baked this morning.
And you're one efficient man, yes,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no doubt about it.
They
Yes,
kept me alive for 56 years.
56.
6 years on poverty and suffering.
Is that how you are, Leo?
Yeah, that's all. Everything okay.
Okay, Leo, that's it. 2 white,
Yeah.
3 white, 4 white, 2 brown, and 2 slice. Thanks,
Okay.
Leo. God bless.
And you.
Yes.
Leo, when did you start in the bread serving business?
The 24th of June 1924.
Which, by my sort of computation, is about nearly 56
Years, yeah.
years.
Yeah. 56 years. There were horse-drawn vans in those days, you know.
Right.
I was only a kid of 14 at that particular time. As years went on, but before I go, it was tough in the winter on the horses, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I was always out this country, and the Merrion Road to Booterstown was that when the east wind was coming with the rain and the snow,
Right.
sitting up there, you'd be frozen stiff, you know. But the summer it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Did you actually start as a full-fledged
Oh no,
bread
boy.
server? I mean, how did you break into the business?
I was an assistant to a van driver, you know,
Yes.
assistant to a Mr. Owens. He was, I believe before he came to Johnston Mooney, he used to drive the horse trams. That's going back. They were great men, but they were very strict. But it's only when you get older you realised what they were trying to do to you. You know, it was really very good, really. There's no doubt about it. Really very good.
2 things about those days, Leo. First of all, what did they pay you then?
14 shillings a week.
And what sort of hours?
Well, I was in at 6, and I'd be always finished at 3 o'clock. And Paddy take out his watch at the town hall. Neddy, we're 5 minutes late today. He used to say, yes, time. Time was his thing. Everything just, and I'm the very same today. Everything is routine. But then, as time went on, I got promoted. I got off the van, I was working inside in the job, and then I went up to the loft, the flour loft, and then I come back down into the yard, and then I was promoted to what you call a spareman. Well, we're called spare salesmen now, and salesmen, we're not called spare anymore. But if you were looking for me in Johnston Mooney's, if you went for Leo Mahon, they wouldn't even know you, the young fellas. But if you said number 4, we're all numbered, you see.
Like convicts?
Exactly. Well, I'm not a convict yet, like, but that's it. Do you see? We're all numbered, do you see? And I'm the last of the old stock there, and the young people don't even know me. In fact, one of the young sparemen came in, he asked one of the managers there, Mr. Bruin, see, who's that person? I've never seen him here before. See, he was here before your father and mother was born. You know, this class of thing. They don't. See, I'm out so early in the morning.
What time do you start?
I'm in Ballsbridge about 4:45 every morning. You see, I go in there now, I can't rush it anymore. I have to take it easy. And I give myself an hour or so to get round and load the car, write my orders, and then the checker comes in at about 5:45, checks it out. I load up then and I leave about 5:45 every morning. But then I come home for breakfast here. And I used to leave at 7:30, but now the news is at 7 o'clock. You know, the news, because it's on at 6:30 or something now, you people. And 7 o'clock then I start off. I serve a shop up here, and it's open at 7 o'clock in the morning. I serve that on Temple Road. And then I go to the Merrion Hotel, Teddy's restaurant, and away up to Glenagary Road, up to all the places. But I remember one time, it was a very wet morning, and I had no coat. And it was spinning rain. And I said to one of these boys, what the hell are we going to do? Come on up to the loft to see him get a sack. You know, there were real sacks in them days with the flour. Up to the flour loft, got the sack, went over to the carpenter shop, got a nail, and put the sack around us, and put the nail in it, and off we went. And you know, I was nearly dry after a wet day with the sack around my shoulders. That's true. And another thing, in those days, when we started, the van boy always got a half a loaf free. That was Mr. Mooney's time, you know, a half a loaf. There was white loaves and brown loaves. But I always went for the brown loaf. You got a half a loaf. But it stopped. I don't know what happened. It stopped.
Was this to take home or to...
Oh, no, for your lunch. Whatever. Take it home and cut up for your lunch and all this stuff. But when you're young and when you're out up around on the area in the fresh air. You know, you're young, you take the bricks off the wall, all over it, you know, in those days, you know. They used to put me on the back of the van to keep the van balanced. The way the belly band, it wouldn't cut the horse, you know, balance the van.
Right.
And I had a hole in my shoe. And there was a ring around there, a bar around the top of the thing. And it was a frosty night. And I put my foot on it. Although I had the kidney cover belonging to the horse around my feet. But when I got down, I couldn't, my foot was practically stuck to the bar with the frost. See, the hole was in my shoe.
Yeah.
And I had to get around and stamp it for about 10 or 15 minutes before the light come back to it.
Hard times, mind you.
Oh, there were. But it was life that time. Well, there was nothing else for me to do in them days. If I didn't get into Johnston, I go on an hour bike delivering messages. Well, there was no prospects there. At least in Johnston there was prospects, do you see, and I just got there.
Right.
And that's the way it was. But I'll tell you another funny story, or maybe I'm progressing too far.
No.
There was our battery cars we do have. They run out of juice, as we call it, if you go too far, do you see? He went out of juice there at the Masonic School in Ballsbridge, you see. It was Saturday, you see, and so I go in and walk in, and they send out a van. But with that, this old chap with the horse and van, Johnny Walton, came around. Are you in trouble? Yes, decide. Stuck. Oh, that's all right, they used to say. He took the chain off the wheel of the car, the horse car, hooked it onto mine and hooked it onto the back of the car and drove me in. Pulled, he went, drove the old horse, you know, got the head of the horse and drove. But at certain time, there was people waiting on the tram or the bus, I can't remember now. And they started shouting, 1 horsepower, 1 horsepower. You know, it brought me in. And I was tapping on parts, I was driving down to go in the end. And I see the funny side of it now. You know, it was so funny when I thought of it afterwards. 1 horsepower. And they were, my poor old Johnny, Lord bless them, they're all dead and gone now. I don't know why God has leave me so long in the Johnston Moons. Maybe it's what would I say, Frank? I haven't got the words to say now. I have it, but I can't say it. But maybe I'm keeping Johnston Mooney's going, maybe, by me working in it. This is really, really a good story I want to tell you. I was going up the Dennegy Road with the horse, up the hill, you know. And I said to the boy, go up there now to that house because I didn't want to stop the horse on the hill. But when I was passing the house, she was giving out yards to the young fella, you see. And I said a couple of bips. Anyway, but so I had to back the horse down and put the wheel into the curb the way it wouldn't bite.
Yeah.
And I got down off the horse and I said, what's the problem, madam? This boy said he hadn't got, we haven't got it, ma'am, so if he had it, so I'd have put it in the basket anyway. And then she started talking about, she was a wife of a doctor or something in the British Army in India, you know. And look, ma'am, sorry, this has got nothing to do with me and the love you're looking for. Oh, give me the native of India every time. Well, I jumped at her. Don't you ever compare us. You people had us on our knees for 3 or 4. That's true, it's true. As I'm telling you, Frank, don't you ever attempt to compare us with the native of India. We're off our knees now, you know, so they do. But we became great friends after that. And her husband was the nicest gentleman that you ever spoke to.
It's always the women, isn't it?
Oh, it's the women.
Or perhaps I would get into trouble for saying that.
Who?
Me.
Oh, sure, who knows about you anyway?
Well, there must have been times all the same in 56 years when you must have thought of changing your job. Or
There was no change in my days, boy. There was a delivering message from shops and that, but there was no other thing. And there was no prospects in it, do you see? But in Johnston Mooney there was prospects, you see. You were all right, you got on, and that was it.
But did you never feel you could have done better?
No, there was no way I could have done better because I only went to the national school in Sandy Mountain. You went to the 5th standard, which is as good as the 2nd standard today. Like, and you didn't learn anything. It's only when you leave school you learn and you start to read properly and you know all this class of thing, like, you know. And there was no education in the bloody place at all for the only working class people.
Have you any notion of retiring now?
And that'll throw me out. That's what the doctor told me anyway. And I'm stopping there till they say, no man, your time is up, out you go. You say, well, what would I be doing, Frank? I'm able to do it.
Well, you could play golf, like.
Where would they get the money for golf? How much is a golf outfit?
I've no idea.
And why did you ask me to play golf? I used to play golf now. No, nobody plays golf here. The sons plays golf and all this last thing. But they're different people to me. I'm just a common worker.
do you ever wish, looking at the opportunities that exist now, do you ever wish that you were a younger man so that you could start over again and do something else?
Well, I don't know, Frank. I can't answer that question because I'm satisfied with my life. I don't know what I'd do if I was a younger man now. These people, big people, and who they are and what they are, to me they're only human beings. They're just got a better chance than I did. But I'm quite happy with my lot now, Frank. You know, I worked hard all my life and all this last thing, and now I'm taking it easy. And right enough, nobody in Johnston Mooney's bothers. They never interfere with me one way or the other there. Like, I become a mark, one of the old stock, or whatever the hell they do appreciate me, or whatever it is. I just go along there, nobody interferes with me. Out in the morning, come in, go home, and starting the next morning too, come in, write me orders, load me bed, and off we go, and nobody ever bothers anymore.